Hi, I'm Chuck Mason, and welcome back to the channel. This week I'm going to start a series on the lessons that I learned from the Greatest Generation and how they can help you in your own life and how they can help us to rebuild America. As I said before in the last episode, my dad was a World War II veteran. My mom was part of that Greatest Generation. I grew up surrounded by World War II veterans. And so much of us look back into history at that time, as flawed as it was and as amazing as it was in the years that followed, that golden era, the heyday of America. And we see everything decaying around us, and we see the cultural chaos that we're experiencing, and we ask ourselves, how do we move forward? Well, I can tell you this from personal experience, and I'm going to share with you from personal experience those things that I saw in their lives and in my own, that I try to instill in my own life, that led to not only their personal success, but the country's ability to come together and to be such a significant contributor to winning the Second World War and giving us the world that we know today, or at least that is decaying all around us. And I would start with this. They were people of principle. They were people of virtue. You may ask yourself, what is that? That is a term that really gets run over today. But they were people that strived for a level of moral excellence, and they looked to the well-being of others as individuals and society around them. They didn't do what we do today, which is called situational ethics, meaning I'm going to decide what I'm going to do in any given situation, not by a set of guidelines, but by what benefits me in the moment, what brings me the most financial success, the most pleasure, whatever's most convenient. They were totally opposite. They were men and women who put the needs of others were never far outside of their decision-making processes. All right? Their word was their bond. They didn't go back on it. They were honest to a fault. They valued being married. They loved their children. There was nothing more important to the men that I grew up surrounded by than their wives and their children and preserving their families at all cost. But all of that came from the set of principles that they had instilled upon them and that they chose not to give up, regardless of what the situation brought. So I want to ask you today, do you have any sense of virtue? Do you have any principles that you live by? Or do you simply go from one situation to the next, doing what benefits you the most? It's no way to build a society, and it's no way to build a life. And if you don't have a set of principles you live by, and if you think about that, where do you think you could find them? How important is it? How are you going to build principles within your life? Because without those principles, you're going to get buffeted. You're going to simply be reacting to your situation, and you're not going to be able to build, and you're not going to be able to move forward. So I want you to put in the comments, where are your principles? And if you don't have any, where can you find them? And if you don't think they're important, tell me why. Once again, thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, God bless.